So Varun, it's very easy to hate Marvel nowadays. Marvel is ending, it's over, this, that. We have, put titles like this. It get clicks, that's why. Variety made a
Yeah.
whole article about it. The Hollywood Reporter did all of that. But the thing is, we need to remember that there is no reference for Marvel Studios of how to build a shared universe.
Hmm.
They are doing it, they are the first one to do it, and they have been successfully doing it. Till now,
Yeah.
if you say. But still, the films are doing enough that even today, if someone says you want to replace with Marvel, they will do it.
Hmm.
You know, they're still doing a good job than other studios. Maybe except like Universal or someone. They made a lot of money. They are still doing it. There's no reference point. There's no thing they can look at and copy and just try to replicate the success. They have to create on their own,
Yeah.
and now that they are falling, they learn from it. And it's just very easy
Hmm.
for us to just criticize them and give them shit and do all these things, but we forget that these are the same people who gave us the first three phases which we enjoy, we love. We call them
Yeah.
perfect because we didn't get something perfect, and they were not perfect, they were still building up. It just
Hmm.
kept falling in place. And I think now it's very clear what went wrong. And big issue is the COVID. It just derailed all their plans. They were planning,
Hmm.
this film will happen, this show will happen, and everything will connect, and suddenly COVID happens. Things are all over the place. Now that is not coming first, this is coming first. To have to change the narrative to for it to make sense, and then just keeps
Yeah.
going and going and just keeps piling up. And then the strike happens and everything just falls, keeps falling apart,
Yeah.
and then they're still giving out films in which are in average, not even unwatchable. I would still not call the Marvels unwatchable. Even they made 110
Uh,
million dollars. Unwatchable, like I'll not call it unwatchable. I still enjoyed at least Miss Marvel's character, their interactions. There were some fun
yeah.
moments. It was not just a Morbius. That's what I'm trying to say. It is not great. It's not
Yeah.
acceptable, but we have to realize that we're just putting so much pressure on Marvel. Maybe now because they're big, right? We want to punch them up, and
Hmm.
we see them as a big giant. In
Yeah.
2008, when they started, they were underdogs, right? So now
Yeah.
we want to punch up because they have become so big. They're part of Disney, and Disney is the highest thing, and they do this and that. They say these rubbish things during strikes, so they have become the
Yeah.
villain, and we want to punch them and pull them down.
Hmm.
And we forget everything they have done, everything they just taken cinema to something else. We have a shared universes now, and that
I
storytelling,
mean,
they did a great
yeah.
job at telling that story. You have to don't have to forget that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think, yeah, like the thing was that they had a perfect, first three sort of um
But if you look
three
back,
phases.
it's not perfect. There are films that are bad in there too.
There are bad films, but it is perfect in the sense that it does what a shared universe is supposed to do. Like it does, it has like connective, movies connective. There's a connective tissue that's connecting all the movies and all the
They're building up to
different.
something, one big
Yeah,
thing.
they're building up to something, and like all that is happening, and there's a proper perfect conclusion which works very well, which is very satisfying if you see the first film of phase one and the last film of phase three. Like there's a very perfect, beginning, middle, and end that's happening over there. And then after that they are trying, like they started doing something that's even bigger than that. But like I now I think the more I think about it, I feel like maybe, yeah, they should have ended things over there and then like started from scratch from phase four itself. Like it could have been a new phase one, or they were trying that, but I think still it's I don't know how it's working. Like it's definitely not working properly right now. And I don't I think that's again, all they had all the COVID happen, and then like they tried to get back on track, but then by then it was already a bit too late, and then the strikes happened, and now they are still again, resuming schedules and trying to fit in all those changes, and they have cancelled a lot of shows, and all that is happening. And I feel like, yeah, now, again, maybe the way they can sort of solve this is by focusing on two movies a year, one show or two shows a year. That's it, and not more than that. Because the amount of content that they put out in 2021 was just, it was 2020. 2021 and 2022. Like it was so exhausting. It was way too much, and then way like they just oversaturated their own audiences,
Yeah.
in a way. So like let's see how things go in the next 2 years. I
Next
think
year
that's
we only have
you know
one film. That's
one confirmed film. I think
Daredevil versus Wolverine, whatever the name will be. Deadpool 3.
Deadpool.
Not
Yeah,
Daredevil,
Deadpool
sorry,
3.
Deadpool. And also I think Echo, if you count in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, Echo is the first one that's coming out, and Deadpool 3. I'm sure Captain America is going to come at the end of year.
No, no,
Captain
no,
America
no. They said
4.
2025. No, they gave a July 2025 release. Not July,
Okay.
May, because July we are getting Superman. So maybe
Oh
before
yeah,
the film or
that's
that after that.
2025. Okay, 2025,
Yeah.
not 24. Yeah.
So they have confirmed that release date. They have already pushed for it,
Hmm.
and the news was they are doing all the action again because they were not happy with the action because the first three films had
Hmm.
really good action. But again, I would say, see, now they are not working well, right? So they are taking their time to fix things. I like that next year just one movie. They're focusing on, they're canceling what's not working for them, what's not fitting the bill, and now just recollecting themselves. And now at there, I think with Loki, and I think Loki does a good job at making the universe that they can take it wherever they want. And whatever I understood about
Hmm.
what Secret Wars is about and how Doom can come in and Fantastic Four cast will be announced soon, like kind
Hmm.
of Pedro Pascal is all of that. So
Yeah.
like the things, it feels like are coming together, and they are finding a place. Now finally we see, like, oh, now we can see, okay, this is where they're going with all of this. Maybe they like cancel some of the things they were trying to establish with different characters and different worlds and all of that, like Kang Dynasty is put on a hold, the writer is removed, the director has taken a
Hmm.
back, and he's now focusing on Shang-Chi 2. And I think they're now, I think what I'm getting a vibe is they now want to go back and focus on the characters and build those characters and not just the plot to make us jump from one to the other and other the other. That's my
Hmm.
analysis of what's happening in the past few days. And yeah,
Yeah.
recent phase 5 has been
Like
horrible, I
course
think.
correction is happening
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, I think at every level it's happening because it was need of the hour.
Hmm. Yeah.
So hope things are fine, because I feel like there was so much negativity even from us. I'm not going to say we are always were right and we never said anything wrong about Marvel. We did. We were angry. We were upset
We
what we
still
were
are.
getting. We still are. But I think it was
Yeah.
important to put this out also, that we are not hating. I don't want Marvel to end or just vanish
Yeah.
from the existence. No, I love these stories,
I
and
kind of want little bit.
you are defeating the purpose of this video. No, but I feel like when you're like, why do we fall?
Oh yeah.
See,
So we
from a
can get
different
back.
the other universe, but yeah, works here.
Better universe.
Really, dude, you saw Shazam, right?
No, that's not part of that
Oh
Dark Knight
yeah, but
universe.
okay.
That's that
Anyways,
Dark Knight is Dark Knight. Like that's I
that's
don't think
separate,
anything
right? You
can
cannot touch it.
come
Okay.
close.
But yeah, still believe in Marvel. They come back better, so we get good superhero films to watch from that world. And let's see where
Hmm.
they're going, and hope everything comes together. And I think Secret Wars is somewhere they're building up to, like reboot this universe. So it's like
Yeah.
they're building up to the end. So I think when you know the end, and then it becomes easier to fall, make the piece fall in place. So let's see what happens, guys. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. This was English Society and Nuna Prince on by one, and we'll see you next time. Keeping you out.